Welcome to Women's Wealth, the podcast with me, Joanne. My mission is to educate, inspire, and empower you all to step into your own life of wealth. That feeling of being so rich in your mind, body, and soul. I'm so happy to have you here. Hello, welcome back to another episode of Wealth with Joanne. I am your host, and I will be guiding you through another magical podcast episode today. Thank you so much for everyone who reached out to me after last week's podcast with Kavita. Lots of you asking questions, and the previous podcast to that as well. If you've not listened to the last two, maybe go and have a little listen. The previous podcast that asking the questions about safety of women, and again, a lot of you have shared your own stories. So if you're intrigued as to what was shared in those podcasts, go back, have a little listen. And before we start today's podcast, please like and subscribe if you're watching over on YouTube, and of course from whatever podcast streaming site that you're listening to. All likes, comments, stars will be very, very much appreciated, and I thank you in advance. So today's podcast, after my last solo one, which was very heavy and serious, I have decided today that when I was looking through the list of titles, actually, I was just reflecting on previous episodes and what we've been chatting about. We haven't done a magical podcast for a while. It's been very much facts and diet and health and all of the things that are very important. But as you know, I am also very much here for the magic, the manifestation, for the spirituality, for all of the fun things. And that's what we're going to chat about today. So what I want to talk about today, and I know I've done manifestation podcasts before, so I'm going to share a little bit more information. And with manifestation, the thing is as you change and grow and learn more and tap into more magic, the way that you manifest and the things that happen also do change. And I think from the last time I did a manifestation podcast, and I can't actually remember when it was, I should have wrote the date down as I was going through the lists of the titles today. But the way that I manifest and use magic now is very different. I would say that I've actually dropped into very much a more relaxed state with it. And in turn, I feel that because I've relaxed a little bit more with my manifestations, I'm actually manifesting more. More things happen, and I'm like, oh my God, that wasn't even, accidental manifestations, or putting things out into the universe, and then it happens without me actually picking up a pen, writing it down, doing all the things that I would maybe 12 months ago have a huge list of I must do this, I must do that, I must write here, and I must say it 500 times, and then it's going to happen. So I have changed myself. So I want to share that with you today. So depending on where you are at with your own manifestation journey. And of course, I would love to hear from you, because again, this is something that is very personal, is interchangeable, is something that what suits one person may not suit another person, or what brings magic to one person may not bring that magic to somebody else who does it in a very different way. And I do believe that that is based a lot on it being our subconscious beliefs and our willingness to surrender and let go of control when it comes to manifestation. And I really do think that previously I was trying to control situations too much. So I would love to hear from you throughout today's podcast in whatever resonates with you, any questions, any of your own stories. I love to hear stories of other people when you experience something that's so perfectly aligned that you're just like, oh my God, was that magic? What just happened there? I can't believe this is happening. So let me know when you've had times when manifestation is at work, at its highest power. So for those of you, and I don't think anyone listening to this will be new to manifestation, however, just in a nutshell, manifestation the way that I see it, and again, I think this is also very subjective, because some things that I hear is, it's all about wishful thinking and positive thinking and staying positive all the time. There is a lot more to it than this. It also does require aligned action. There's a lot more to it than writing it down in your journal, doing 555 method, all of these methods, and then just closing the journal and not doing anything with it. So there is more to it than that. And I truly believe that manifestation is when you direct your thoughts. So first of all, your thought of, I want this to happen, this would feel good if it happened, to put your energy then into that. So this is where you decide that you want something, or that you want something. A lot of the times we don't need to make that decision. We already know that we want it. And then we put our energy into it. So we don't just sit back and think, oh, do you know what would be really nice is if I had fill in the gap. And then we just sit down and we leave it. We then have the actions that you need to do to make that thing happen. Now, those actions could be things that are very small. So if you're looking for a new car, or you desire a new car. So if you your car is getting old and you're like, oh, I'd love to have a new car. That's putting your desire out there. But then are you just writing it down and I manifest a new car this year? And then are you doing anything about it? Are you selling your car to try and raise the funds? Are you looking for cars online? Are you going to test drive cars? And the way that I see it is that you need to show the universe. And when you show the universe, this is what I am ready for, you then step into that energy of, this is what I'm ready for. And I'm going to go into that in a little bit more detail later, because I do think that is where I was going wrong before. So I will dive deeper into this. And then the science that comes into this, the subconscious mind, the law of attraction, the quantum physics. I'm not going to go too much into quantum physics because it blows my mind. It blows my mind. But, the subconscious mind is science. It exists. What we subconsciously believe, we put out there and it will happen. If we subconsciously believe that we cannot do something, then we're not going to do it. So manifestation is also all about rewiring your own thought patterns, your own beliefs. And again, it's not just about positive thinking. It goes deeper than that. It's an actual belief. If you believe that you can have something and you take those action steps to get it, then it is going to come to you. And if you deep down inside don't believe, or you have that element of doubt, your energy, your vibration is going to be vibrating at that level. So it's not going to happen, because deep down inside, you believe it doesn't. So you believe, that you cannot have that thing. So it is us, ourselves, when things don't happen, that we get in our own way because we really don't think it is going to happen. And it's not just about, oh, I do believe this can happen. We really have to feel it. And that's the reason I think that a lot of people struggle with manifestation, or they think it's woo-woo, or they don't, it's a lot of people would say to me like, oh, I'm doing X, Y, and Z. I'm writing in my journal, I'm scripting, and, but then in deeper conversations. So for example, a friend who is searching for the one, who then, and I can see when they're talking, has so many limiting beliefs that they don't love themselves enough. So they want somebody, they desire to have somebody, they want to settle down, they want to fall in love, they want all of the things. However, subconsciously, they've been through so much and so much hurt that they're putting up this brick wall that not only is stopping them from having the confidence of going out and meeting people, but also having the reassurance and the confidence in themselves that they deserve this. So this is where the blocks come in, and this is where manifestation, and people may not agree with, or even step into the world of manifestation, because it's hard to admit that actually deep down inside, I don't think this is going to work, and I'm just saying these things because I think it's what I need to say. And it gives us, the positive side of that is if you can see that that is what you're doing, you are just highlighting where you need to heal, where you need to grow, where you need to work on your own self-love. And I do think a lot of manifestation as well, again, my own personal belief is it doesn't all stem from self-love. That was a bit exaggeration there. But a lot of it comes from self-love, because a lot of the things that we desire, we have to love ourselves to get them. So for me, with, launching programs and launching my new face yoga program, I'm going to share about that again towards the end. But having the belief in myself that I can do this, I can launch this. And I know in the past, my subconscious beliefs haven't been that, haven't been that this is what people want and I'm excited to work with people. It's been more of, no one's going to want to work with me, no one's going to sign up. And I put that energy out, and I can see it now because I've seen where I'm like, I'm not going to post that today, or I'm going to take a day off social media today, because deep down inside I was scared of what may come. So I've had to work on my own beliefs, my own subconscious beliefs about myself and about what I'm actually capable of. So let's just do a little recap, and it might be a recap, it might be brand new information, but how I am currently stepping into manifestation, how I am currently manifesting what comes into my life. And a lot of the time now, it's so different than how I used to do it. I used to just write and write and write pages and pages and pages into my journals. Now I'm very much about seeing it in my mind's eye. If I can see it, then I can have it. If I can't see it, what I'm doing is working on why can't I feel like I can see it? So this might be in a meditation. So I do a lot of visualization meditation rather than just writing it down. I was seeing myself living in a certain way. Now, if I struggle to see what I think I want, sometimes I'll let my imagination go off, see what happens. Other times I think I want something and it's just not there. I can't see myself doing it. So then I spend a little bit of time thinking, right, okay, well, what can I see? And I hope that makes sense. So it's a lot more visual here, because what I found was when I was writing it down, and I don't know if this is because of my background I'm an English teacher. I have an English degree. I can write stories. So I think being able to write it I was able to write things that I didn't maybe believe in, or again, my subconscious beliefs didn't really believe in it. But even though I could write it down, but when I take the writing away and I just focus on visualization, this is where I can see okay, why am I having trouble seeing this? Why am I having trouble feeling this? And it's all about the feeling. Also getting more specific. So yes, we all would love more money, but how? And how are you going to get that more money? How, if you want an extra £5,000 a month, is that going to come? So instead of writing down, I want more money, be more specific. I desire £5,000 extra a month and this is going to come to me through X, Y, and Z. So you're actually showing the universe where that is going to come from. Sometimes I write, or I will think that I desire X, Y, Z, and this is going to come through to me from an unknown place. And that's okay. Because again, going back to what I was just saying about, I can't always see where it's going to come from. Or sometimes, is there a subconscious belief that, okay, I'm trying to call in £1,000 so I can book my flights home in the summer, and subconsciously I think, I'm not going to pick up another client that quickly to pay for that. So it's going to come from an unexpected place or an unexpected opportunity. And then I will find that I'll get a message, can you cover this, or can you do this, or I'll have X amount of covers that month, so then I have that money. So it's just about really being specific with your desires and taking a moment to tune in that, do I actually believe that, or is there something blocking me there? And it's really about being able to, and I have it on my iPad case, see it, feel it, believe it. So if you can't see it or you're having trouble seeing it, again, go over it. Once you can see it, once you can see that money dropping into your bank account, or you driving your new car with your eyes closed, just feel what that is going to feel like. Let your body fill with excitement. Then you're believing it. And this also lines up nicely with affirmations. And I still have affirmations written on my mirror. And when I'm doing my journaling, I will write my affirmations down. And if I'm going to be honest, over the past few months, I haven't journaled as much. I'm tending now to journal full moon, new moon, and then when I'm sat down, I'm like, right, I'm going to have some things that I want to write down. I really feel that I've shifted from writing things down to seeing it and even talking to myself in the car. Getting it outside, getting it out loud really seems to be working. So again, you need to find your middle ground. And what I've also been doing lately is anything that I feel like is a block, I've just been saying, I'm letting that go, let that go. I'm not thinking about that, I'm letting that go. And I've even been using I'm letting that go for when I'm driving, because I know I talk about traffic a lot. People pulling, the rage that instantly comes up when someone's driving unsafely. And I don't want that to affect my energy. So I'm just letting it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. And I'm just reminding myself to let it go. The same with any feelings, the same with any blocks. Now, the reason that I'm letting that go is because, again, I don't want to spend my energy on being annoyed by somebody that's cut me up, or yesterday in the car. And I just said that with a little bit of venom then, didn't I? Yesterday. I was going the speed limit. There was a car behind me flashing and peeping, and he wanted to obviously get past me. I wasn't going to speed, and I couldn't get over because there was another car there. And he went around me when he got a chance and nearly took the front of my car off because he wanted to make a point by sliding into the lane in front of me. My instant reaction was to put my foot down and try and get to him in the lights so I could tell him to stop driving so dangerously. But I just let it go. I let that go. Sat in my own energy, so I'm not going to let that ruin my energy for the rest of the day. And it didn't. So just a little side story there. Of course, gratitude. And again, I have moved away from writing down, I'm so grateful for this, I'm so grateful for this. I don't journal every day. I have gratitude pages in my journal, and now my journal's all electronic, so I was trying to move away from paper. So I have it on my iPad. And every few days I pull that out, I write my affirmation, I write what I'm grateful for. Because what I was also finding is that when I was doing it every day, again, I was kind of just doing it for the sake of it. I was doing it and trying to pull things out that I was really grateful for when I wasn't feeling the gratitude. And I hope that makes sense. I was doing it because I must journal every day and write these things down. Instead, now I'll just be sat on the sofa and just have a look around. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for the love that I've got in my life. I'm so grateful for the love that I'm hugging the dogs, and I'm grateful for my family's health. And I'll just do it throughout the day. And I'll look at the weather and the sky and the moon and all of the things, and I'll find gratitude there rather than just sitting down and making a real that's not the right word. Making sitting down and forcing myself to do it. Now it's kind of a practice throughout the day. And I guess that's the same with my other manifestation processes, that rather than now just like, right, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to manifest, I'm going to write all of this down, I'm doing it throughout the day. I'm checking in with myself regularly. I'm visualizing as I'm driving along the road. I'm, pretending. And, I've had thousands of people sign up and feeling like, what does this feel like? I've had 1 million downloads on my podcast. Like, oh my God, I'm so excited about this. I'm not quite there yet, not quite there at 1 million. But again, that subconscious belief of I can get to 1 million downloads one day. Rather than my old self of like, oh my God, 1 million downloads. That's crazy. That's never going to happen to me. So throughout the day, just allowing myself to visualize this and really believe in it, because it is possible. Other people, lots of people have millions of downloads in their podcasts. So why can't I? Just going back to the aligned action steps. So again, a lot of people will write down their manifestations and they have it on their vision board, on their screensaver, but they're not actually doing anything to get there. And we do need to. Now, we don't maybe not have to do all of the steps because we're trusting, we're surrendering, we know what we can see and we desire can come to us. So we don't need to do all of the steps. We don't need to try and control how we're going to get there. Again, side note, that's what I used to try and do. I would really try and go, right, this is this step here, this step here, this step here, this step here, and be holding on so tightly to it that it wouldn't happen because I wasn't allowing anything to happen any other way. So now I will really, like, right, I'm going to take this step here, see what happens. Maybe there's something over here that I need to do. Maybe there's this person that I need to speak to. Maybe I just need to relax and let it come. So really thinking about what I need to do, who I need to speak to, where I need to go, rather than trying to control the situation so much so that I'm taking all of these steps and this is how it's going to happen, because you're trying to control the magic and the magic can't happen if you're trying to control it. And I guess that also links to just letting go and trusting the process. And I find myself just telling myself that just let go, trust the process, let go and trust the process. It's going to happen. Everything always works out fine. I always have enough. When I start to worry or things are not happening or why is this not coming, and, reflecting, stopping, pausing what I'm doing to then remind myself that when has it never happened? There's been times when things have happened not in the way that I tried to control it, but they've always happened. And what I also find as well, for me, and again, this will be just a personal manifestation, is when I'm trying to manifest something, if I sometimes veer off the opposite way. So for example, I was calling in more clients or more studio classes just to hit the quota that I've had, that I want X amount of classes a month. And what I then did was, probably out of a little bit of desperation, started to sign up or try and get money from other places. And then I get a text or a call. Do you want to pick up these classes? So then it comes in. So I'm showing the universe that actually this is something that I do want and I do desire, and I am willing to take an aligned action step to make an extra XYZ a month, but I'm going to go this way. And then the universe can see like, oh, actually, she does want it. She is trying. Let's help her out. And I really do feel like every single time I'm like, oh, it's a good job I didn't sign up for that, because it's come along anyway. So again, and I feel that's me just letting go of control and me showing the universe that this is what I desire, and being specific. I desire X amount more every single month. And when I'm putting it down to unexpected opportunities as well. So again, I'm trying to control the situation by reaching out to people and offering my services for other things that I don't really want to do. And then the universe is stepping in. And that's happened a lot lately, to the point where I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy now. This is crazy now. So just being able to then reflect on, okay, so every time I do this happens. So how can I work this to my manifestation advantage? And working like this as well, I feel, again, over the past few weeks, I've had conversations with people about things, and then had a message the next day off someone asking me, oh, can you do this? Are you able to offer this? And at the moment, of course, we're saving for the wedding, and I have the good old spreadsheet of where money's coming from, and trying to work out like, okay, this is going to go here, and I'm going home for my sister's wedding, so paying for the flights, and the general budgeting, and really allowing myself to relax with it, that I know the money is going to come. I'm putting it out there. I'm taking these action steps, and just opportunities just keep coming out of nowhere. Cover classes, being passed my name to events. And this past week, I would probably say that I've had maybe £1,000 worth of extra work that I hadn't put in my budget, because I feel like I've relaxed with it. And I was like, do you know what? The money will come. I know it will. And it has already, very early. Don't need it yet, but thank you. I'm so grateful for it. So just allowing myself then to see that, wow, this is how the magic happens when you really do let go of control. And I'm really trying to as well bring in more manifestation to the offerings that I am offering right now. I'm always sharing in my yoga classes, words of wisdom, things that I've read, things that people have said to me that I want to share, and coming back. So I mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, my Love Your Face yoga challenge starts at the end of this week, so the 21st. This podcast will be going out on the 21st. It will not be too late to sign up. You can just drop me an email if you miss day one, and I can send you the day one video. But really, using yoga and face yoga to help other people to manifest, to help shift that stagnant energy. Because when we're in this stagnant energy and we're doing the same thing every single day but expecting different results, then we're not going to be able to manifest. We're not going to be able to bring things into our lives that truly align with our desires, because we're stuck in this muddy, stagnant water, and we have to shift through the muddy, stagnant water to allow things to happen. And focusing more on breath work. Now, every single yoga class I share breath work. Every single face yoga class there will be breath work, just to allow people to release those mental blocks and really raise their vibration, because they're breathing more clearly. When you breathe clearly, you think clearly, your body feels better, your mind feels better, and it's just all comes under this one big manifestation, self-love umbrella. And I really do think that in the past, when I was manifesting and things weren't happening, it was because I did have that lack of self-love and that self-belief. Because having self-love and believing in yourself really is the key to attracting more. Because the more I feel and I practice my gratitude and, spending throughout the day, just thank you every time someone signs up to my face yoga challenge, that then somebody else signs up. And I've really let go as well this time with my sign-ups and kind of forgotten about it, shared it and then come to my laptop and check my emails and there's been 15 sign-ups. Whereas in the past, I was sending it out and not really believing anyone wanted to join, and, being in that low vibe energy of, I don't think anyone's going to join, but I'm going to do it anyway. Like, that has not crossed my mind this time. And I've been so excited to share and been in that high energy of it. I think I've got about 50 people signed up, which is the most that I've ever had. And this is, I really believe, to my shift in mindsets, to my letting go of control and trusting that what is possible for me is coming, it is happening. Whereas before I was kind of like, I'm a bit scared, I don't think it's going to happen, and really blocking my own manifestations there. So I'd love to hear from you this week. Let me know. I want to hear from you if you manifest something this week using anything that I've said today. So whether or not it's letting go of control or shifting a subconscious belief from I can't to I can, and reach out to me. And I would love to come back and just share some of these manifestation stories. If you would like to join the 7-day face yoga challenge, drop me a message. You can send me an email, reach out to me on any of the socials, and I will add you to the Facebook group or add you to the mail list, either or. If you head to my link tree, you can watch. So head to my Instagram, press my bio. There's also a replay in there from a previous face yoga session that I held, more of a workshop info session. But if you're interested, then go and have a look and use it to help you to manifest. Use it to help you connect to your breath, to let go, to make space physically, mentally, and emotionally. And just a reminder that the magic really is within you. You are always creating your own reality. It really just takes a little bit of reflection, a little bit of trust and surrender, and then you will see that the magic is there. You can really manifest your desires by doing all of these things. And that is it for today. Thank you so much for listening. Please remember to like, subscribe, download, comment, whatever it is that you can do to help to support so that my YouTube gets put out there on the algorithm so more people can see. And of course, my podcast, I think it all works in the same way. So putting it out there, let's manifest that top spot on the podcasts in the next few months. Imagine. Yes, I can feel it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you all in the next episode. Welcome to Women